these are the styles that we're looking at this week. There are actually three variations of attachment that you can attach to your outfit and elevate it. Now, the first one is this. My fabric here is 3 yards. 3 yards will do this perfectly. Yeah, you can actually still manage 2.5 yards by 60, but 2.5 yards by 60, 3 yards would give you this. Now, the fabric to use here can be satin, can be duchess, can be, you don't want anything that's too heavy. If you use a fabric that's stiff, it's going to stand. But I think the fabric they use here is not that stiff, if you know what I mean. Now, this is the my back pattern, my skirt back pattern. Your pattern can be a straight one. It can be it can be flayed. Mine has a little bit of flay down. You actually can place your attachment wherever you want it to be. We've had some that are low, we have some that are sort of high. This is actually above the knee. You actually have some that are directly below the hip, so it really depends on you where you want it to be, above the knee or below the hip. I think here I'm going to do above the knee. I've actually marked into my skirt, and you see there's a cut there. You can, after you've joined your skirt, you can cut into it then, or you cut into it before you join. It's really up to you. Now my skirt is joined. The cut is just a straight cut. You don't need to go in at the angles. This is paper. I think that going in at the angle is sort of a mistake. On fabric, you don't want to do that. You just want it a straight cut so that it can enable you stitch. Now, I'm inserting my attachment into my skirt. Now, attaching it into it. When I've attached, I can just flip and sew. So I can actually cut before I insert, or I still insert, stitch and cut. It's really up to you how you want it to be. There's no cut here. I just folded as it is. When you fold this way, the edge, the down, you can do horsehair at the down, or you can just finish. But whatever look you decide, it's really what you're trying to get. The attachment is just placed on top of the skirt, and it can actually be tacked to it or have a hook, and it now becomes detachable. So those are the variations you can have. But if you just hook it or you tack it, it's going to just drop behind. It's not going to have the same effect that the skirt we were looking at have. So this particular one actually has been cut, so you can flip it or you can turn it the other way for both. If it has a cut, that's when you get to have that this look. So you can actually have a cut and still attach it with hook. You can have about 2, 3 or 4 hooks, hook it to the back of the skirt, or tack it to the back of the skirt after finishing the edge, or you do an insert like we talked about. It's really up to you. Now, all right, this particular one can be done with 3.5 yards of fabric. 3.5 yards, 4 yards if you want a lot of drama. If you use 3 yards, you can use 3 yards, it's actually be good, but this was done with 3.5 yards. You can do 3.5 yards or 4 yards. See how it's folded. Folding it this way, you just start with it being the way it is. The cut is the same as the first one, then you fold it. You just fold. There's horsehair at the down of this to give it structure. You can actually see it's making the edge stand. You can use it as it is or cut at the folded part. It's really up to you. If you can cut at the folded part and double it, that's use another one as the lining, or you can use it the way it is. That's how what you see me doing there. I'm using it the way it is. I'm cutting into it a little more too. So as you place, you sew it into it. You can decide to trim there to make it equal, or you allow that become part of the skirt. Now it's already sewn into the skirt. This is uncut. As I lift it, you see, I just sewed it in the way it is after finishing it. Like I said, you can do it this way, or you can try to cut it at that point and double it. You can try to fold it this way and then still double it. The choice is yours. This particular one, 1.5 yard by 60. We'll do this. I cut 2.5 inches. You can cut 2.5 inches or 3 inches, or more as you want. You can either mark exactly or go down. This particular one had excess at the back, so your excess can be 10 inches, can be 12, can be 15, can be 8, depends on what you want. This is me marking to cut into the back of the skirt. Your cut can be 6 inches, can be less, can be more. It really depends on the look you want. Now I just wanted a cut into it, not through. Yes, you can try to cut through, join and sew, but I think I like just cutting a bit. Now I've sewn the seam, then I'm placing it on the skirt and inserting it into it. You can insert it and stitch from the inside. I'm taking it and take it up and trim, then sew. You can cut more. It's actually a beautiful bag. This is not too this is not, it's not too much. This is just simple. You can decide to cut more, finish the edge, place it on the fabric and sew, or finish it, so use embellishment to embellish that back part. If you're using lace, you can use a lace to actually patch tack it on to look nice and neat. Or you can actually just sew it neatly. Now I wouldn't want to cut through, but that can still work too. You can cut through, fix your attachment, sew the seam, flip it back. It's still going to be fine. That's about it. You have any questions, you ask me, I'll answer. Please comment, please subscribe, share and like.